Now this was a really good use of AI, and every once in a while I've been finding some nice ones. I spent way too much time watching YouTube videos about Canva and other AI tools, but then I came across this video here. Let's click on that. I don't want to play it, but it's called Make Near Perfect Subtitles for Free on Your Mac with MacWhisper. So let me close that. Here is MacWhisper, the website. There's some animated stuff up here, which is mostly just distracting. But the idea is you download this program for a Mac and you give it a video or even a URL for a YouTube video, and it will generate a transcription for you. Now, the tool here, as they point out, is based on an open source project called Whisper. If I click on that, this is in a GitHub repository, whisper.cpp, and it's very typical of developer written open source tools, and that it's command line driven. It's got lots of flags. It's a little awkward. It gets very technical, in the documentation and how to use it. But it is based on OpenAI's Whisper speech recognition tool. And it does go through the whole thing and figure out what the transcript is. So this is nice, but I have to admit, I thought the wrapper here that was made, the MacWhisper wrapper, was very, very nice. In fact, this is what it looks like. Here's the UI coming up here. And you can open a file or make a recording yourself or record app audio. And for example, I did this on one of my earlier videos. And if you look at that, oh, it's now transcribing it. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. But at any rate, it'll show you the transcription here. And I saved it. I exported it as an SRT file, went to my video at the website. So back here at the YouTube channel, you can see that one actually has a little CC on it because I uploaded the SRT file once I cleaned it up a little bit. I did have to do some cleanup to make it work well. But I was very pleased with it. Now, the other detail here is you see the size of the model. They have tiny, base, small, medium, and large. When you use the free tool, you can only use tiny and base, and I think the rest of them come with the Pro subscription, which is still only like $20. I mean, it's not a subscription. It's a one-time purchase, which is like, thank goodness these days. Of course, he is building on an existing open source project, but still people would have made a subscription tool anyway. Let me close that. So at any rate, that described everything, and I talked about how I had to make some slight changes to it, and I went and paid for it and everything, and I think it really is nice, and I was pleased with it. Next section.